Welcome to my book review for Flipped by Wendelin Van Draanen. I recently read this book and really enjoyed the characters and the themes and several of the quotes that I'm going to share with you here in this review today. So let's start first with one of our two main characters, Bryce Losky, a young teenager who moves into a new neighborhood, and he finds his friends, but he also finds a little bit of annoyance with a girl who is coming on too strong to him. And that girl's name is Julie Baker. And she's a smart, eccentric, energetic girl. And she, really has love at first sight with Bryce. And she admits that. This book is interesting because it alternates the narrator chapter by chapter, flipping back and forth between Bryce and Julie. And so we get to see both of their viewpoints as they have this kind of young relationship building with some tension between Bryce and Julie. So, some of the main themes of the book: perspective, because these two main characters do see the same things so differently, and they have similar experience, or they have experiences with each other, but they view those experiences very differently. So that's one thing we can take away from the book, that two people can have very different views of the same idea or event. Another takeaway is the human relationships are complex and they change because Julie Baker is initially totally head over heels for Bryce, while Bryce is not. And then Bryce eventually becomes head over heels for Julie, but she has started to learn more about who he is and maybe that he needs to grow up some. And so she starts to lose interest in him. I won't share any more spoilers beyond that, but human relationships are complicated. A few quotes from the book that resonate with me. This first one is Julie's dad, and he's an artist. He teaches her that, um, it's kind of the whole picture you want to look at, the whole image of a thing, not just the beautiful parts. So Bryce, with nice hair and nice eyes, may be attractive or make her heart flutter, but who is he as a whole person? The second quote from actually Bryce's grandpa, who develops a friendship with Julie, is kind of echoes that same idea that she should get to know Bryce more for who he is and not just what he looks like. And the last quote shows that Bryce is growing up, kind of he's changing and hopefully maturing. And so I just enjoyed how these characters were dynamic. They changed and morphed, and it was fantastic that way. So, Flipped by Wendelin Van Draanen is just a fantastic book. It dives into the hearts and minds of teenagers, young teenagers, and it teaches even adults something about relationships. And so, for that reason, I give it 5 stars, and I hope that you will pick up the book and give it a shot.